Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rahna Husnaini. I'm from class 2nd D, Department of English Education, Win Sultan Syarif Kasim, Riau. Vocabulary contents with Memrodatul Miski, SPD and TB course. Okay, I will explain in my presentation about 9 shocking facts from the Quran, but I will only explain 5 facts. Okay, over science, the dawn of mankind, we have sought to understand nature and our place in this quest for the purpose of life. Many people have turned to religion. Most religions are based on books claimed by their followers to be divinely inspired without any proof. Islam is different because it is based upon reason and proof. There are clear signs that the book of Islam, the Quran, is the word of God, and we have many reasons to support this claim. There are scientific statistics and historical facts upon which were unknown to the people at the time and have only been discovered recently by contemporary science. The Quran is in a unique style of language that cannot be reflected. This is known as the elementability of the Quran. There are prophecy made in the Quran and by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, which have come to pass. The following are some facts upon of Quran. Okay, first, number 1, origin of life. Water is essential for all living things. We all know that water is vital to life, but the Quran makes a very unusual claim. We believe every living things from water. Will they not believe in this verse? Water is pointed out as the origin of all life. All living things are made of cell. We know that cells are mostly made up of water. For example, 18% of the cytoplasma basic cell material of a standard animal cell is described as water in biology textbook. The facts this living this consists mostly of water was discovered only after the invention of the microscope in the desert of Arabia. The last thing someone would have guessed is that all life came from water. Okay, number 2, iron. Iron is not natural to the earth. It did not from on the earth, but came down the earth from outer space. This might sound strange, but it's true. Scientists have found that billions of years ago, the earth was struck by meteors. These meteors were carrying iron from distant stars which have exploded. The Quran says the following on the origin of iron. We sent down iron with this great inherent strength and its many benefits for humankind. Good use. The word sent down for iron, it is clear from the first that iron is not an earthly material but was sent down for the benefit of humanity. The fact that iron came down to the earth outer space is something which could not be known by the primitive science of the 7th century. Number 3, sky's protection. The sky plays a crucial role in protecting the earth. The sky protects the earth from the lethal rays of the sun. If the sky did not exist, then the sun's radiation would have killed off all life in earth. It also acts like a blanket wrapped around earth to protect it from the freezing cold of space. If this temperature was to reach earth, then the planet will freeze over. Instantly, the sky also protects life on earth by warming the surface through heat retention, greenhouse effects, and reducing temperature extremes between day and night. These are some of the many protective functions of the sky. The Quran asks us to consider the sky in the following verse. We made this guy protective scaling, and yet they are turning away from our skies The Qur'an points to the sky protection as a sign of good God. The protective property of the sky were discovered by satisfies research conducted in 20 countries. Okay, number 4, mountains. The Quran draw our attention to a very important characteristic of mountains. Did we not make the earth as a reciting place and the mountains as text? The Quran indicates that mountains have deep roots. By using the word text to describe the facts, mountains do have deep roots, and the word accurate description for them. A book titled Year by Geophysics Frank first explained that mountains are like stakes and are buried deep under the surface of the earth. Mount Everest, the height of foliage approximate in 9 kilometers above ground, has a road deeper than 125 kilometers. The Face Mountain have a deep stake like roots was not known until after the development of the theory of plate tectonics in the beginning of the 20th century. In the last number 2 facts, expansion of the universe at a time when the science of astronomy was still primitive. The expansion of the universe was described in Quran, and it is we who have built the universe with our creative power and keep expanding. The facts that the universe is expanding was discovered in the last century. The physics Stephen Hawking, in his book A Brief History of Time, writes the discovery that the universe expanding was one of the great intellectual revolution of the 20th century. The Quran mentioned the expansion of the universe even before the invention of the telescope. Okay, I think enough. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.